Simone Biles, the Olympic gymnast, got married over the weekend, and she married one of the stars of the NFL. His name is Jonathan Owens. You wouldn't think these two needed to be on a budget for their wedding, but let me tell you, I've got new respect for Simone Biles because she was trying to save some money.
Really?
Yeah. So
not have like this super expensive wedding, because those two would be able to afford it, right?
They would probably be able to
Even
afford
if their
it.
parents couldn't.
Right. So they are planning a bigger wedding to invite like a lot of other people. But over the weekend, they got married at the courthouse, and so they got married on Saturday, and I guess like on Wednesday or Thursday, Simone went on Amazon and she ordered her shoes and her dress.
Off of Amazon?
Yes, and she's teeny. She is teeny, and I'm thinking, you didn't have to have it altered, like hemmed or something? Because that's what I would think. She's probably around 5 feet tall, something like that. Maybe hemmed. Nope, didn't have to do anything that I know of. And so she just ordered it straight off Amazon. The dress was only $120.
My son's doing that for the groomsmen.
Yeah?
Ordering everything online.
Wow. Is
which
it Amazon?
Amazing.
Or just some other...
I have no idea.
Yeah, but it's probably a lot cheaper. I just never would have thought of that.
You order from anywhere.
Yeah.
I tell you, Scott saved, what was it, catering at your wedding?
Yeah, a guy I used to work with had a side catering business, and he gave us a great deal. Didn't charge us hardly anything, just pretty much what the food cost and a little bit for the setup and the work, but we saved a lot of money.
Our producer, Ninja, got married, it was like a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember Ninja talking about how she was saving for the wedding and on a budget.
Yes. So, invitations. Those things get crazy expensive for no reason. So, for Save the Dates, we just did virtual ones. And I made our own invitations and printed them off a website that was not labeled for weddings. It was just a postcard, and I got like $200 for $60.
And
for
normally
$60.
They can be like $1,000 depending on how many people you're inviting.
Did you do like a Canva or something like that?
I did actually. Made them on Canva.
There's so many ways that you can save money, even for like a wedding. My daughter got married, and we used, her now father-in-law was the minister. My son DJ'd it. My sister-in-law is a florist, so we brought her in.
Look at that.
Right. I mean, you've got to trim the budget.
Because that can get tens and thousands of dollars, some of these weddings.
I want to say the average wedding is somewhere around $25,000 to $30,000.
What?
Yeah.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
Helping to make weddings just a little bit more affordable. Man, they can be expensive. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, His Radio.
Yeah, Beverly texted and said, a few years ago, we gave our daughter a budget of $2,000. And with the help of family and friends, she had a beautiful wedding. And I'm sure there was a caterer in there and a florist and all the things. Missy texted and said for her wedding, they purchased invitations for out-of-town guests and then photocopied them and put them in the church bulletin.
Huh?
Yeah, so that they didn't have to pay for the stamps or the envelopes or anything like that. Just,
so nice the church actually let that happen.
I know, allowed it to happen. And also they asked everybody to just bring some food to the reception, sort of like potluck.
Bring your own food?
Yeah. And so they didn't have to pay for a caterer.
Smart.
That is awesome. And that
So
you have
smart.
a community that's cool with that, with doing that.
Chris is here at 800-447-7234. What about you, Chris?
I had a boss from a long time ago. He was actually Arabic. In their tradition, you would give the bride and groom money in multiples of 18. You wouldn't give them $20. You'd either give them 18 or 36. Family would give them money, and then they would throw this really big party for the family. And they threw a cheap party and put half down on a house and upset both halves of the family. But he didn't regret it 10 years later.
Oh, no. So they felt slighted because the money wasn't used the way they intended it to be used.
Which is kind of funny to me, but probably not funny at all to them.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
So we've been hearing some stories this morning of how people have saved money at their wedding. How did you do it? You're on His Radio.
My fiance, now wife, actually found, we were looking around in Raleigh, and there's no way to do anything cheap in Raleigh, hardly, unless you're really, really looking hard. But my fiance looked really, really hard. Stumbled across a nonprofit art museum to have the reception. All the other places that we had found that were the ritzy, hoity-toity places, which didn't include anything, just the space. The per-person cost at the art museum was $10 to $15 less, and the art museum actually included linens and a cake.
It included a cake?
Yes, we did. It was beautiful. It was well done. It was at the North Carolina Museum of Art. We ended up with a couple of hundred people, and it was the location itself, I think at the time, was like $70 a person, which, as I say, included linens, included a cake.
You have just made someone's day because they've probably been looking for a wedding venue, and you just gave them a new idea.
Yeah, I'm all about sharing the secret.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
Go to the movie theater, popcorn, candy, and some trash.
Okay.
That's exactly what you do. And then the Happy Meals box stuck on your snout.
Oh, well, you know.
Before
that
you
happens.
leave.
Yeah, on my snout.
For this moose, that's what happened. Seriously, Moose got into a movie theater, went to eat some popcorn, got some of the candy, ran around, stuck its head into a trash can, trying to find some more stuff, pulls up a McDonald's Happy Meal box on its nose, on its snout. The employees are like, what do we do? And so they were able to finagle this moose to get out. This was in Alaska, by the way, which after I hear Alaska, I'm like, okay, I guess that kind of happens.
A lot more moose.
There's a lot of mice.
Yeah.
In Alaska, mice.
I wonder what he was there to see. Like, Guardians doesn't start for a couple weeks, and so...
What movie? Yeah. I had no ticket, so no way getting in.
He was trying to sneak in. Does he not know that's wrong?
Here's the funny part. Since this is all, there's like cameras everywhere now, right?
Oh, yeah.
Not just on your device, but also security cameras. So they took some of this footage, and the person that's behind the counter is like laughing and having a good time with this moose that just all of a sudden walks in. So much so that takes up the phone, is streaming or whatever, showing her friends, hey, look at the moose that's here. It's like now instinct is, if there's something going on, you've got to capture it.
Yeah, you're not in real time anymore. You're on your device, videoing it for all of your friends.
Life could be in danger. Phone gets up, you're recording it.
And it's a moose. They're not like Rocky and Bullwinkle. It doesn't work like they are angry.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
This is going to sound bad, and it's not meant to be bad.
Okay.
But you know how Barbie and Ken are like the perfect dolls.
Perfect couple.
The
Yes.
perfect couple, the perfect looking dolls, the perfect looking people. And so when I see good looking people, I always think immediately, oh, there's Ken and Barbie.
Oh, sure.
And I don't mean that in a bad way. That sounds like a slam, but it's not. There was this couple that used to lead worship at the church that I go to. And I always would call them, oh, there's Ken and Barbie, because they're just good-looking people.
Right.
What's it like to be like that? I will never, ever know.
Me either.
But and then you think, always Barbie is perfect, always perfect. But it just seems like lately, I mean, now I was reading that Barbie, the Barbie and Ken thing, Barbie just came out with a Down syndrome doll.
They did. They're being more inclusive for kids that, want a Barbie that represents who they are, what they are all about. And so one of the things that they've started introducing is like alopecia, which is the hair loss, or vitiligo, which is the skin that loses its pigmentation. There's patches on the skin that do that.
What did you call that?
Vitiligo.
I never heard that term.
Yeah,
but I know what you're talking about.
Right. So you'll just see like lighter patches on the skin. I've got a friend that deals with this or has this. But now the latest one is a Barbie that has Down syndrome. And so what they say is they're just trying to be more representative so that a child has a doll that looks like them and they feel seen.
Yeah.
And I love that part of it. Then there's a new movie called Peter Pan and Wendy. And this is the first person with Down syndrome that has ever been cast in a leading role like this, and he is the leader of the Lost Boys. His name is Noah Matthews Matofsky, 15 years old, and he plays the leader of the Lost Boys in the movie.
Do you know the name of the character?
I don't I do.
I don't either.
So
but
I
wow.
just know the
Okay.
leader of the Lost Boys.
Yeah, it'd be easy to point out.
Yeah.
Because he's the leader.
Right,
Okay.
exactly.
Well, nice.
So I love this representation because, I think we need to be able to identify and be represented by dolls, especially our children, and books. We had a story the other day about a book where a child needed a character with a cochlear implant so that she felt like she was seen. Mm-hmm. So I love this.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Teachers, okay, you may be getting ready to go into your classroom this morning, but I need you to listen to this.
Okay, that's nice.
Okay.
Why are we listening to this?
This right here can keep your kids in your class calm, on task, and as quiet as you've ever had them.
Sounds irritating.
Oh, it's not.
Really?
Once you know what it is.
What is it?
Here's what it is. And it has a video that goes along with it. So you play this video for your class. Mm-hmm. There is a teacher that was on social media. She said, her mind was blown. She said she played this video for her classroom as they were putting their things in their backpack and getting ready to go home for the day. For 30 minutes, they were silent. It's animal ASMR. It's guinea pig, a hamster, and a turtle eating pomegranates.
ASMR. Is that stuff that helps you sleep?
Yes. Or just calms the wild beast, I guess.
Like kindergartners?
7-year-olds at 2:00 in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And so she said 30 minutes. And there's thousands of these animal ASMRs that you can get on YouTube and different places.
So what is this specifically?
That is them eating. I think that
What's
one.
them?
That's a guinea pig.
So it's a guinea pig
And a hamster.
Okay.
So then there's a turtle. He's not involved in this one right here. He's on the video at this point. He's not eating, but he eats a melon, and it's like.
What? How did you do it?
Because he's very
Ew.
slow. No, it's very soothing. So he's just at this point watching the hamster and the gerbil just go at this pomegranate.
So he's a spectator. The turtle's a spectator.
At this point.
While two hamsters are
Yes.
eating what?
Yeah, pomegranate.
Pomegranates.
Seeds. Yeah. And so it kept the class just silent. And I think that's what most teachers look for about 2:00 in the afternoon.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Now I have to get Scott's thoughts about this. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio. Scott, really, what is it? AP what?
ASMR.
ASMR, which is supposed to help, you relax and fall asleep. In this right here. Scott, for real. I mean, this helps you relax?
Oh, sorry. Did you say something? Don't stop there a little bit. I'm so relaxed by that.
You're right.
I like it. I don't listen to it very much, but I don't see a big deal.
ASMR. And those are like gerbils and rodents eating something.
It's a hamster and a guinea pig and a turtle eating pomegranate seeds.
I can kind of see it. If you listen to it for quite a while, it just sort of mellows you out a little bit.
No. Don't conform. So here's an open mic that just came in about this through the My HISRadio app, the open mic.
ASMR is to trigger your hearing sensors. So you have to find the ASMR that helps you. Now, some people do not like that. Some people it is irritating.
Yes.
Different ASMRs are for different people. You have to find your joy.
I can't find my joy in any of that.
I will say I like this one, the hamster, but I don't like the ones of it's time to go to sleep now. I can't. That would freak me out to listen to that as I'm trying to, because I'd be like, who in my house? Who is here?
That little whisper thing.
And then you're hearing
the mouth noises. Oh, come on. No.
No, girl, no.
I mean, Scott might be into that, but not me. No.
No, I don't think so.
You can't listen to
Good.
someone just speak like this.
After a while, I think it would, I don't know.
Creep you out.
Give me the heebie-jeebies.
Right?
I'd want to throw
Heebie-jeebies.
something at the TV, and I don't do that.
Well, you're not watching it on TV. You got your AirPods in. That's the thing. I'd lose them.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
You lost your way in a store for Mom?
I was with my mom at a Kmart, and we were over there looking at records, and I just kind of wandered to another aisle and looked up, and she was gone. I got scared, and I went to the front of the store. I don't know what made me do that. I guess I learned something maybe in watching TV or something. Somebody told me to go find somebody. So I was crying, went to the front of the store. A cashier was there, got on the intercom, and she said, "There is a cute little boy up here crying his eyes out looking for his mama." And then my mom came up and got me.
Looking for his mama. Oh, man. Liz lost Taylor one time. How old is she?
She was 3 or 4, and we were in a department store, and she was hiding. She thought she was playing hide and seek. Anyway, so I'm walking around going, Taylor, Christian, where are you? And then, so somebody found her,
Wait till you hear this, Ninja. What did you see the other day?
So I was scrolling through the TikTok like I do, and this mom was talking about a time that she took her kids to like a children's museum. So it was super packed and busy. Turned around for a split second, and her daughter had wandered off, I guess, to go, look at all the cool things. But there's so many people, she couldn't find her, freaking out. And she remembered a video she had seen that told parents, instead of yelling their name out, to call out their description, like lost kid, blonde hair, pink shirt, Minnie Mouse. And she noticed other moms started repeating her, and they were able to find her daughter a lot faster.
That's ingenious.
It is such good information, because you call out the name like me, Taylor. Nobody knows what Taylor looks like, but you call out the description, and there you go. Oh, she's right here. That is awesome.
And how other moms and parents started repeating the information. It was like, I don't want to call it the telephone game, but they were just repeating throughout the whole store. One person heard it, another person said it, another person said it, and then found the child quickly.
Wow. And you've got to find them quickly. I mean, that is key. So that's a great piece of advice.
So description. So you said Ninja call out the hair and what they're wearing?
Yes.
Hair color and what they're wearing. Smart.
Especially something that would stick out, like Minnie Mouse, or pink tutu, or glittery shoes, or something like that stands out. That would be good.
So you need to know what your kid's wearing.
Absolutely.
When you leave the house.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
When Ruth found out that the principal position was coming open at the elementary school, she's like, I'm going to apply. It's Rob and Liz in the morning on his radio. The application to become principal at this elementary school, 10 pages long.
10 pages, very intensive, which I get it.
Isn't
to
that
be a
wild?
principal, yeah.
And the questions that were asked, so she got through. She was able to get through the interview. Questions like, how would you resolve conflict between students and teachers? Very important for a principal.
Right.
I would say. What would you do to a problem that you'd have to solve for a substitute teacher if they didn't show up? What's the first thing you're going to do as principal of the elementary school? So Ruth answered all those questions with flying colors. She didn't get the job, though.
And I feel bad for her that she didn't get the job, because, I think she felt like very good after her application was submitted.
And if you're a fifth grader like Ruth is, you would be representing the student body very well, because you are one of them. Fifth grade.
She had some help from her mama to put in the application. Probably like, now, what does this mean? Oh, mom explains it. She gives her answer. And she had some very good answers. So even though she didn't get the job, they did give her an opportunity.
She was principal for a day.
Yeah, earlier this week, she got to start out the week being the principal of the day, which I feel like that is going to inspire Ruthie to maybe be a principal in the future.
Let me tell you, she's already a leader. Fifth grader, already a leader. In her interview, I mean, she dressed the part. She had the blazer on. The hair was just on point. She had the glasses. I mean, everything.
Dress for success, honey.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
Listen, Liz will look at me and say something and go, you remember when so-and-so said this? I'm like, I have no idea who you're talking about.
Certain things I can remember and kind of jigsaw puzzle piece together, but I will lose a name. I have a friend that I call the wrong name, and I've known her for almost 15 years. And I still want to call her the wrong name every time I see her. In my head, she looks like one name, but she's actually named something else.
Huh.
I don't
Really?
understand.
Scott, I feel, is good at names.
I'm horrible at names.
Really?
I'm horrible. In fact, there's some days I forget my own name.
Yeah, right. Right. I saw this article and it was like, why we forget people's names. And I'm like, okay, good. I'm going to learn something.
Yay.
Something with revelation knowledge is going to come my way. I'll never forget a name. All it said was, you forget names because you get an overload of information. I'm like, well, thanks for the answer.
And so hopefully they're telling us like what to do about it.
Nothing. There's
great.
there's no insight. There's nothing. It just says
Fantastic.
the reason why you forget is because your brain is so overloaded with information. I can tell you I will never remember a name if I meet the person first. If I see the name first, and then when I see the person, it sticks.
That makes sense. I never thought about that.
Well, that's for me. Everybody's different, but that's for me. That's the only way that I remember a name, or I am in a very embarrassing situation.
Right. Or I'll walk away and say, I didn't introduce you because I can't remember their name.
Well, I never do that. So here's what I do.
Okay.
Because I'm so horrible at names, but I remember people and I remember conversations.
Yes.
I just can't remember the name. But what I do, like if somebody's coming up and there's my wife, I'll go, this is my wife, Amy. And I won't say the name on purpose, hopeful that the person will go, well, hi, my name's George.
Right. And you bring up a great point that you do remember the person, even the situation, some of their story.
The feeling of the relationship.
Right.
I remember all that stuff.
But
I'm
the
just
name
horrible
is
at the name.
out there in outer space somewhere. Like,
Yeah.
please let me catch it. Please let me get it back.
It takes me a while to remember the name.
It's
Yeah.
That's the worst feeling. And I feel like
Yeah.
most, if not all of us, have been there at least once or 1,000 times.
Liz and Scott evidently have been there. It is Scott, right?